What's going on, you guys? My name's Brobson, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get all 3 rare spawn mounts that were released in patch 6.2 with Tanaan Jungle in the World of Warcraft. These 3 mounts are called the Armored Razorback, the Tundra Icehoof, and the Warsong Direfang, and you can see all 3 of them being featured on screen now. These mounts are pretty rare to see across the game, as only about 7 to 8% of players have them at the time of uploading this video, according to the World of Warcraft's website. In order to get these mounts, you'll need to have access to Tanaan Jungle, which means you'll need to have a level 100 character with a level 3 garrison. All 3 of these mounts are obtained in the same way, via an item called the Rattling Iron Cage. This Rattling Iron Cage is dropped about 10% of the time by 4 different rare elite mobs that spawn across Tanaan Jungle. And on screen now is a map of the Tanaan Jungle, marked with the spawn locations of the 4 rare elite mobs that drop the Rattling Iron Cage. The mobs are named Death Talon, Terror Fist, Vengeance, and Doom Roller. I'll now show you what each of the 4 rare elite mobs look like, so you'll know what to look for when you head out to their spawn locations to find them and kill them. Death Talon is a Fell Raven that spawns in the ruins of Cranach. Terror Fist is a Fell Corrupted Gronling that spawns at the Iron Front. Vengeance is a Shadow Warrior that spawns in the Shinari Refuge, and Doom Roller is an armored cannon that spawns outside of Hellfire Citadel. Each of these mobs may only be looted once per day, meaning you'll have a total of 4 chances to get a Rattling Iron Cage drop each day, 1 chance for each of the 4 rares. Since they're loot locked at once per day, they have a relatively short spawn timer of around 1 hour, which means you won't need to camp for too long to find these mobs. All 4 of the mobs have fairly basic combat mechanics, and you shouldn't find them too difficult to kill. Just stay out of the obviously marked AoE damage zones on the ground, and you'll be able to avoid most of the damage they deal. If you have Heroic Hellfire Citadel raid gear or better, or you're watching this in a future expansion, then your gear should definitely be good enough to solo these mobs with no problems. Most players prefer to get into raid groups to kill them more easily though, so even if you're not comfortable soloing them, you should have no problem finding bigger groups to kill them with. And since you can now hop across realms, you won't even need to find groups on your realm or wait for the mobs to spawn. Simply use the Looking for Group tool to find realms where the mob is up, and then join the group to hop to their realm, kill the rare, and loot. Using this method, you should be able to find and kill all 4 rares within 10 to 15 minutes total each day. Again, the item you're hoping to receive as loot is called the Rattling Iron Cage, and it drops about 10% of the time from each of the 4 mobs, so it's a pretty rare drop, and not one that you should be expecting to receive by any means each time you kill a rare. Once you loot the Rattling Iron Cage, simply right-click it in your bags to open it and receive your mount. Which of the 3 mounts is contained in the Rattling Iron Cage is random, so each time you get a cage, there's a 33% chance that it will contain the mount that you want to receive. Unfortunately, you can receive duplicate mounts, so you may need to get more than 3 total Rattling Iron Cages to obtain all 3 of the mounts. In my personal case, I ended up getting 3 Armored Razorbacks and 5 Tundra Icehoofs before I finally got the Warsong Direwolf from my 9th Rattling Iron Cage. With the Rattling Iron Cage being a 10% base drop from the mobs, and then each individual mount having a 33% chance to be in that cage, the RNG of these mounts can definitely be frustrating, especially if you get unlucky with duplicates, and it can take a very long time to get all 3 of the mounts. As I mentioned before though, you should be able to kill all 4 mobs in around 10 to 15 minutes total each day, so it's not too much of a time investment to get these kills, and if you're a mount collector, then you gotta do it, and the time spent is well worth it when you get all 3 mounts. When killing these mobs, you'll also want to keep your eye out for an item called the Medallion of the Legion. This item can be instantly consumed to grant 1,000 reputation with every faction inside of Warlords of Draenor, or alternatively sold for a few thousand gold on the auction house on your realm, making this mount grind profitable as well. And that's pretty much all the information there is about the 3 new rare spawn mounts that were released in patch 6.2 with Tanaan Jungle. Make sure you leave some feedback on the video according to what you thought. Leave a like or dislike as well as a comment with your feedback. Do you have any of these mounts yet? Which of the 3 is your favorite? And overall, what do you think of the 3 mounts that were released in patch 6.2? Also, make sure you check out the description of the video so you can get a link to my live stream channel to watch me play live, and a link to my mount collection guide so you can check out how to get other cool mounts in the World of Warcraft. Thanks a lot for watching the video guys, and I hope to see you again in a future one.